Hey guys, Bike here, and I'm back again with another Last Epoch video. This one is what I'm calling Unique Deep Dive, and it could potentially become a series if you guys like these sort of videos. So, a while ago, somebody asked me, why does everybody use Anchor of Oblivion? And I thought that would be a great showcase for an episode, calling it Unique Deep Dive. So, this is Unique Deep Dive, Anchor of Oblivion. So right now you guys are going to be watching some gameplay that I took on Void Cleave Racing Strike. If you're interested in the build, there is a planner in the description down below. I've done this build so many times, but Anchor of Oblivion has been very good. And the reason why is because it includes so many stats that Void Knights love to have. It has strength, it has void damage, and it caps your endurance. Yeah, this is a loaded relic. Is it best in slot for Void builds? Well, for Void Knight builds, right now it is. Now, potentially, in Season 2, there's another relic coming to the game. I believe it's called Shattered Worlds. That one will probably replace this one to a degree. It depends. This one's still pretty loaded. I'm not going to lie. This was all taken at Corruption 500, by the way. Just kind of zooming through monos. The purpose of the build is not too intense. It can fit nicely into a lot of builds. So where do you get this relic? Where do you find it? Well, you get it from this guy. If I'm doing my editing just right, you guys should be watching Admiral Harton. This was also taken at Corruption 500. So, you fight Admiral Harton over here. You try not to die to his little void lizard, whatever, guys. And eventually, when you kill him, this build is pretty slow for bossing. It's good for just running through monos. It's not very good for bossing. Nonetheless, when you kill him, he has a chance to drop Void Anchor, Anchor of Oblivion. There we go. I'm sorry. I just kind of gapped on that one. It's literally what we're talking about. So I didn't get one on here, so I'm not going to showcase it. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the game and we can talk about the item. All right, here we are in game. Let's look at Anchor of Oblivion and see why this thing is freaking cracked. Like I said in the intro, we're not going to be talking about the rest of the gear. If you're interested, link in the description to a planner. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Anchor of Oblivion. This thing is cracked, guys. So increased armor 15 to 25%. We got 17. That's fine. That's okay. The increased armor it depends on your kind of build. It could be very powerful or just, you know, a drop in the bucket. Legendary. This one's obviously a legendary. You have legendary potential. It is kind of rare to get 2 LP. It is 0.65%. On top of it, you got your Circle of Fortune buffs, your corruption increases. You got all that, but for the most part, 0.65% drop rate base. I've gotten only a couple of these at 2 LP. 1 LP is very doable, but let's look at everything else. Increased damage, increased void damage, 40 to 100%. Endurance, 40%. Capture endurance. If you didn't know, let's go over here to the defense tab. So endurance, 60%, right? You automatically start with 20. So what you're trying to do is fill in the void, if you will. And most of the time, you can try and get like some endurance on your rings, maybe like your helmet or even a belt, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not your belt, but definitely your relic. You can get it on your relic. Maybe not your helmet. Who knows? You can definitely get it on your relic. This is like a T8 affix. The endurance is like a T8 affix. And then on top of it, you have the strength, which can be anywhere from 10 to 14. That is like, if you get a 14, that is like a T7 affix. So appearing, let me get rid of that. So appearing on screen right now for you, dear viewers, is a relic that I put together in a planner to show you the sheer amount of affixes that you're getting for free on Anchor of Oblivion. It should be there right now. As you can see, T7 Void is anywhere from 96 to 100%, 120% increased void damage. Endurance caps out at 35%. That as a T7. So 40% is essentially a tier 8 affix. And strength, if you can get 14%, you're in the T7 range. This thing is loaded, all right? This thing has a ton of possibilities. So what are the drawbacks? There should be drawbacks to this, right? There is one slight one. It is Oblivion Wave. All right, when you take a hit that leaves you below your endurance threshold, you are slowed and release a powerful wave. What happens is you gain 3 stacks of slow, kind of sucks, and you release a wave of oblivion that washes over enemies and hits them for damage. Don't try to make a build out of this. Don't be like, hit me, bro, hit me. Give it to me. Give it to me. No, don't do that. No, I mean, maybe you can, but it scales with void, spell, and vitality. So go have fun, dear viewers, trying to make a build out of this. What we normally do is, cleanse. I guess I should also mention the endurance threshold. You can get 40 to 100% on this as well. So, I need to be fair, but what are some options that you have on here? You obviously have Void Cleave. That's the type of build I'm running right here, uses Void Cleave. So that's a huge plus. You could also use Smite for a Void Knight Smite. That could be a very powerful combo right there. And you could even just use it as is. Let's say you find one, no LP or 1 LP, and you don't feel like slamming it, and it's got 100% increased void damage. Obviously, it's already got the endurance, and it has 14 strength. And maybe good endurance threshold if that's what you're looking for as well. Like, this thing could immediately be one of your best in slots. As I mentioned in the intro, the only thing that I think could knock this out of here, other than very specific relics that you need for specific builds for the Void Knight, there's only like a couple of things that can knock this out. It would be the Code of an Erased Sentinel and the Shattered Worlds that I talked about in the intro. Beyond that, man, this thing is probably going to keep finding its way into Void Knight builds. I mean, you can even use this on other Sentinel builds, or maybe even Primalist. I don't know. Like, this thing has its uses, but it feels really right at home over on Void Knight. All right, guys, that has been the video. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. If you like what I do here, possibly like and possibly subscribe. Did you like this video? Was this useful? Did I give you some ideas for your any builds you guys have? Is there a unique you want me to look at? This could become a series if you guys are interested in this kind of content. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.